Hey, you don't look confident, Bo. You don't look confident when you're doing that. You don't look confident.
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar, sponsored by Chiefs Blitz.com, presented by UnderdogFantasy.com. Here's your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou, Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense
He got the winning Super Bowl touchdown.
Okay, got a catch. Anybody could have made that catch.
The Kansas City Chiefs select Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State.
You did it, man. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Guys, y'all got it. Guys, y'all.
I don't know what the trade details are. Hold on.
They got Worthy.
Xavier Worthy.
Isn't that crazy? It's been 11 months since the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and it's gone by so fast.
Oh, it's time to piss Dre off. Pull up a picture of 81. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Rashad
Smith. Let's go.
There it is. The Chiefs have done their perfect draft.
Dre's gone. I don't know where he's gone.
Yo, welcome to the show with the Chiefs Blitz night. Breaking down the plays, keeping everything tight. From my homes to the defense, we can be the scoop. Real talk, real stats, we the ultimate troop.
All right. Welcome to the next edition of the Chiefs Blitz podcast, Four Guys in a Bar. I'm your host, Nick Athan, with Mr. Hense Todd, Mr. Lou Montagna, and Coach Andre Tillman. Gentlemen, it is Red Friday, and the Chiefs will play their division rival, the Oakland Raiders. Sorry, they're always going to be Oakland Raiders to me. The Las Vegas Raiders will be in town for a Arrowhead noon matchup. Finally get to get an early game in, and I think that means we might do a post-game show on Sunday. So we'll stay tuned to Chiefs Blitz for that as well. And gentlemen, how are we doing today?
CBS giving it the full Romo Nance treatment, though, even though it's at noon. So you got that going for you.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Colts and Chargers
Rivalry game. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. It's a big game coming up. We're looking forward to it, man. Hey, it's Raiders week. It's a rivalry week. Dre looked like he got a little black on. Looked like he's turned into a Raiders fan.
Yeah, is he picking the Raiders today?
I don't know.
That's a pretty big arrowhead on his hat. I don't know if you guys can see that from where you're sitting, but yeah.
I know, Lou. That's what I'm saying, Lou. I mean, it's right there. I got the Chiefs winning this one, man. I got the Chiefs winning.
Got to be careful, though. That's just it. On Wednesdays, you wear the colors of the other team. On Friday, you got to wear red, man.
Gotta wear red, man. This depends on the mood, and this depends on the play.
Yeah, I do have my a lot of Chiefs gear that's black, so I got to watch out.
Got to watch
Raider
out.
week at least.
Yeah, man.
With that said, let's get right into our sponsor, Underdog, and we're going to talk about some big winners that happened from a game last night, right after Nick.
All right. Underdog Fantasy. If you're looking to play a new game online, this is the way to do it. Our phone app. You can play now in Missouri. Starts with $5. You get 15 bonus dollars. You got a great pick'em game. You can do Major League Baseball playoffs are ongoing. You got the NFL coming up on Sunday. You got college games. You can win up to 1,000 times your money, and that's kind of how it works. It's pretty simple. Play your favorite player, Jackson Mahomes. We already know who our favorite player is. That's number 15. Play Underdog Sports, and you can win money. It's pretty easy. Just hit the QR code right there and put in the promo code Chiefs Blitz. Set up your account. Deposit 5, play 5, get 15 bonus dollars. And if we get 100 subscribers between now and the end of the year, I will be giving away a valued item of my collection. I'm not sure which one yet because I got a lot. I got to think through it. It's got to be right. Up to $1,000 in value. So it's just worth it just for that. Again, you must be 18 to participate in Missouri. In Kansas, you check the rules and the regulations. And if you have a gambling problem, take care of that as well. So anyway, there you go. And somebody didn't notice, but there was a huge winner thanks to 35.7 times the entry, stacking against Jamar Chase to score a touchdown with his alternate receiver projection. I'm not sure what any of that means, But at the end of the day, somebody won a.
Okay, so just to explain it to people so they know what the hell they're doing here. Hence, you want to throw that back up? All right, so he went basically for Jamar to score a touchdown. Now, he ratcheted up Jamar's total yardage to 149. So obviously that ratchets up your winnings if it does hit. And hey, even with Flacco in there, he hit for 161 yards. I can't quite see what the 5.5 is there for number 2. I'm guessing that was for
McPherson.
That's the kicker. Okay, so 5.5 points for him, and then it looks like Jaylen Warren over 18.5 yards receiving. So that's just it. You don't necessarily. There's not like set things that you have to do.
Nope.
You can adjust the numbers to where you believe they fit, and also, hey, if you want to take a little bit more of a shot, you get an inducement. Your odds go up if you believe that guy's going to have an even bigger game than they're expecting. So I guess that's the one thing we wanted to illustrate here, is that it is very user friendly. It doesn't take much. You don't have to, pick a side or this team's going to win, that team's going to win. You can just go ahead and pick whichever players. And then look at that. This guy, I think for, $100, that's 3,570, right?
Yep.
For $10 is $357. So come on now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lou, for breaking it down.
It's
Lou.
like,
Only Lou can do that.
Actually,
Only
like
Lou can do that, man.
I don't know
Only
how
Lou
these
can do
places
that,
stay in business. They're just giving money.
I don't know either.
If Lou can break it down, y'all can do it. Easy.
Yes.
Easy. Thank you, Lou. Thank you for the one-on-one, Lou.
And also, what else you got in the store, Nick?
Yeah, we got the Chiefs Blitz store set up, chiefsblitz.com/shop. And this is one of the signature items from the Super Bowl IV era, and a whole bunch of other stuff. KU, Kansas, the Royals, a few other miscellaneous national guys. But this Johnny Robinson, Len Dawson, Willie Lanier, and Lenny Dawson signed football, 5 Hall of Famers is yours for $1,250. Special discount for the Chiefs Blitz crew.
Do you have any updates on who won the card?
I don't. We were. The announcement's going to come tonight. This is the last time we'll be talking about this, but we'll let you know who the winner is. But especially tonight at Harrah's, I think they're doing a special promotion there, and they're going to announce the winner and give away the car.
Doing it on Red Friday is probably a smart move, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they do things right, the Derek Thomas Foundation. So we're glad to pitch in. Certainly glad to help out. And if any of our Chiefs Blitzers got in the raffle, good luck. And very excited that someone's going to get a very classic car by the late, great, one of my favorite Hall of Famers, Chiefs players of all time, Mount Rushmore member, the late, great Derek Thomas.
So let's get into our mailbag question. I'll put a post out there.
Hell yeah, it's Friday. Let's go.
All right.
Wait a second. Hold on. What's this?
What's
Hence
this
promoting himself? What's happening here? I've never seen that before.
All right.
Go ahead, Luke.
Yes, our own Hense Todd, host, producer, owner, operator, everything, right? At BowTie Sports says Juju Smith-Schuster needs to pull a full Drake and sue. Take him to court. Sue Brian Branch, just like in the Kendrick/Drake beef. So, yes, let's do that. And I'm taking a line here from Doug Llewellyn. Some of you people that are like closer to my age and Nick's age probably know who Doug is, but he was like the announcer on the People's Court. Remember Judge Wapner?
Yep.
Don't take matters into your own hands. You take him to court. And that was kind of his closing line every show. So, and then negative D-Mac. Well, that's idiotic. And I promise Juju does not care. LOL.
Negative D-Mac.
Thanks for your comment there, negative D-Mac. Brandon Blake chimes in. The suspension was enough. This would be soft if Juju did this. Right, Coach? Everything about that was soft on Juju. Right, Coach?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. You hear me?
Come on, man. He was just minding his own business trying to say good game, buddy.
He got bust upside his melon. He got a bust upside his melon. It's okay. It's all right.
I think that's Blake from he was inside the chat before. I think is that the same Blake or no?
No, it's not the same Blake.
Blake Bams.
Blake
Bams. I think that might be a different one, but
okay.
Shout out to all Blakes. Right?
There you go.
Robert
Take them
Blake,
all.
Blake Bortles, Blake Edwards.
Bortles. Shout out to Jacksonville.
Edwards. Nobody knows who Blake Edwards is besides you and me, Lou.
Well, hey, he was in what was the Pink Panther? That was his
Pink
big
Panther.
thing. Those movies. All right, so Pete Sweeney, with just right out of the realm of the obvious, but hey, he's reporting. I did not see left tackle Josh Simmons at Friday's media look. Also from Pete Sweeney, and he reconfirmed Simmons didn't practice, saying he is still excused with the family situation. Now, later in said press conference, somebody else asked a question about it, and Coach Reed clarified, not family, personal. So for everybody that's sleuthing this thing, read into that all you will. Bring back that last one, Hense. Matt McMullen of the Kansas City Chiefs' own website, he looks sharp. What we asked him to do, he did well. You can tell he's in good shape. That was Coach Reed speaking on Rashee Rice. So there you go. And there was visual evidence of Rashee being at practice. I don't believe we're allowed to show that footage, but I'm sure it's out there somewhere.
Lou, you got enough, Lou. You got enough what Lou needs to see. You got the footage, and you got a hot topic.
And he did talk today. He seemed like he laid out his plan, that he'd worked in Florida in the heat, tried to mimic, the work schedule, the practice schedule, have a game day, regimen as well. Spent the weekends with his family in Texas. So all good. He's back. Everything's behind him. And as Matt McMillan said, and Matt's got a better bird's eye view of what's going on than the rest of us. If he says he looks sharp, then he probably is.
Well,
so
he's
I'm
quoting
excited.
That's what Coach Reed said. So I don't think those weren't Matt's words.
So yeah, he did look sharp in preseason, man, and I'm hoping the kid comes out and finish what we've seen in the preseason where he left off from.
I don't think there's any reason to believe that he's not going to be everything he has been and actually better, because he's further into it. The only thing you just are concerned with is just the time between the injury and now, because typically about a year for that ACL, and a lot of times what you hear, and different athletes recover different ways, is really the year after the year they come back is when they're fully healthy and so forth. But the way he was, moving around in training camp, preseason game or whatever, if he did, I don't remember if he did get out there. If it was a very short time. But everything indicates that he should be good to go.
Very excited.
Sounds good to me.
So let's get right into fact or cat.
Oh my goodness, It's today. It is Friday, in case you were wondering why everybody's wearing red. Yes, it's Red Friday. It's Raiders week. It's what we live for in this here kingdom. What else we live for is this game, fact or cap. I will read a series of statements, ongoing things in and around the NFL and the Chiefs, of course, and you guys can decide whether that's a fact, you agree with it, or cap. That's, it's just BS. So this one's going to be a little bit different. This one actually will be a question for each of the panel members. It is one question, and we'll start out like this. We all know that the trade deadline is fast approaching. I believe it's November 4th, so it's almost 3 weeks away. And names are being thrown out, and one particular name that has been out there and maybe linked to the Chiefs, and it's nothing concrete, but it's just kind of reading between the lines. Chiefs looking for running back, yada, yada. Saints, veteran running back. Alvin Kamara, they must have thrown a microphone in his face saying, how does he look at all these stories? And his quote was, if I get traded, I'm just going to go somewhere and drink pina coladas. So that was his reaction to the fact that maybe he gets traded. So the question I have for each of you, go one at a time, is if you got traded somewhere that you didn't want to go, what would you do? Hensley.
If I get traded somewhere and I didn't want to go, man, hey, I kind of make the best of it. I make the best of it, put the team on my back and just go from there. I won't just quit on myself and then, quit on my career and quit everything I built on and go have pina colada somewhere. You know what I mean? But unless it's the Cleveland Browns, I'm running for the hills. I'm not showing up on the plane. I'm hijacking the plane.
So
and
there
I'm
is one team you're not showing up for. Okay.
Only one team. Everybody else.
Mr. Professional over here. All right. Nick, did you get the assignment?
So I'll say that. I'll say that'd be a cat, right? Without a cat.
It's just just answer the question.
Doing
a little different
this question.
Okay.
Right, so if I got traded, a podcast
to somewhere you didn't want to go.
There you go. The first call I would make to my agent and say, make it worth my while to show up. Whether that's a contract extension, or it's some sort of promises, or it makes me a free agent at the end of the season when I might not be. That's probably what I do. I would strictly do it on a money basis at that point and be selfish. There you go.
All right, Coach.
I would tell them people to kiss my ass. I didn't want to go to the damn team anyway, but I'm a professional. I'm going to go out there and make the best of it. I'm going to make the best. I mean, I don't like the team. I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to make the best of it.
Earn that money. Show up, do your job, whatever. But it was an interesting, I'm sure it was tongue in cheek or whatever. I'm sure he'd be a professional. He wants to earn the rest of his contract. But I just thought that was kind of funny and see what your reaction would be and so forth. So anybody in the chat, if you want to chime in with what you do, that's much appreciated. And we'll probably read them at some point if you do that. All right, let's go to number 2. Last night in Cincinnati, we had a couple of OWGs lining up behind center. 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers, 40-year-old Joe Flacco. At times, I swear Flacco looked like he was a dad in the neighborhood just playing with the kids. And Jamar Chase was just that guy. He was like, hey, this kid's open all the time. I'm going to throw it to him. But, it's pretty wild, though. I mean, Flacco, he ends up throwing for over 340 yards, 3 touchdowns. A-Rod, 249, 4 touchdowns. So it was a wild night, and it was very entertaining. I mean, Amazon's gotten a treat here with all these divisional games, and it seems like a lot of them have been just very tight, but kind of like the underdog has come through and won the game. One of the things that impressed me, and so forth, if you're watching the game, it was like old time football. You had a couple of pocket passers, right? Just throwing darts all over the field. If you watch the sideline, like when Cincinnati didn't have the ball, Flacco's sitting on the bench. He's sitting next to Browning. Joe Burrow was able to be on the sideline for the first time, and he's sitting there. And I swear it was like on a holiday. At your house, when you go into the room and there's your grandfather or uncle is laying on the couch, kind of taking a snooze, right? That's Joe Flacco. I mean, just completely emotionless, just kind of chilling, sitting on the sideline. But the statement is this: given all that, everything that happened during the game and so forth, the most impressive thing was actually Rodgers chucking that last pass nearly 70 yards in the air. It was the longest pass recorded in the NFL since 2017. So, fact or cap, that was the most impressive thing in the night. Hensley.
I would say it was good. It looked nice. If I had to say cap, I would have to say Rodgers celebrating, throwing a fist up. Then an offensive lineman coming and knocking him down, almost tearing his Achilles again. So I have to say that had to be the most thing I ever seen. Aaron Rodgers get up so mad, was ready to fight the offensive lineman. Hey, I know it's number 77. He came.
There was like 5. There was 5. I think it was Broderick Jones. I mean, he's a big boy, another Georgia boy. But there was about 5 people on the sideline that knew that was going to go sideways and just started just pulling Rodgers towards the sideline or whatever. But that was pretty funny.
I was toward the man Achilles. Go ahead.
So what's the factor cap question here? I'm confused.
The most impressive thing of the night was Rodgers actually chucking the ball nearly 70 yards in the air. Longest pass in the NFL, recorded pass since 2017.
I think that was Patrick Mahomes in the preseason game against Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was
I
72
don't
yards.
know. I don't know.
That'd be my guess.
Certainly
I mean,
could've
yeah,
been.
I mean, I thought that was incredible. I mean, I was asleep at the time that game ended, so I did see the video today. Yeah, I would say fact. That's probably the most impressive throw. I mean, he's 41 years old and be able to jack a ball that far at that age. That's incredible.
It's his
That's
specialty,
incredible.
man. Coach.
Hell nah, it was my boy Jamar Chase. He was targeted 23 times. He was kicking that ass. Ramsey couldn't do shit.
King of
Ramsey
the
was
numbers.
holding him, and
King
he
of the
still
numbers.
couldn't do it. I'm gonna give it to you. 23 targets, 16 receptions, 161. My boy Jamar Chase and 1 touchdown. He was putting belt to ass to the whole secondary. And hey, old man Joe Flacco looked like somebody's uncle playing backyard football.
Yeah,
it was incredible.
absolutely.
I love to see it, man. So I'm gonna say Flacco and Jamar Chase put on the show. Was the
Yeah,
biggest
there were
highlight.
so many incredible things that seemed like happened during the game. The play where I think Demecchio had said that his brother, somebody won on underdog or a parlay somewhere with Flacco and Rodgers running yardage. Well, Flacco's happened like it may have been a broken, but it wasn't really a broken play, but the way he described it after the game was, hey, by the time he realized what the actual play call was, there was not enough time on the play clock to change it. So it turned into a zone read and he took off. It was like, it's just he's going to have to write a book at some point because it'll be awfully entertaining. Just some of the stories of some of the things that he's been able to do late in his career that he keeps playing. And that was just awesome. They may not win another game all season, but that was pretty damn cool.
Nah, man, everybody thinks they're the playoff team now.
The way that turned out. Well, the Steelers
chemistry picking up.
I joked earlier in the week that they had every opportunity to clinch the division last night.
Right.
But now who knows? Their defense. I mean, I got a lot of Steeler fans, friends, and just the text. They
gotta be pissed.
Just because of the defense, like, do they know who number one is on the team? Do they need to introduce themselves? Mike Tomlin kind of spoke the Flacco thing into existence when he called out Andrew Berry for trading him in the division. So that was wild. Okay, number 3 usually revolves around the Chiefs, and I figured it's rivalry week. We've had some crossing of swords, if you will, in this rivalry. We've had guys jump from one side to the other. Guys like Albert Lewis, Chester McLaughlin, Andre Rison, Rodney Hudson. Might have had a stop in Arizona before that. Harvey Williams, Ethan Horton. Nick, if you've got some others, chime in. But those are some names that have played for both. Now, we reserved the last pair here to see, how you guys feel about this. But obviously, the 2 biggest names, Nick, you said Rich Gannon, the other one, Marcus Allen.
Yeah.
Of which both had their moments with both teams, obviously. Allen joining the Chiefs late in his career, but almost like had a rebirth between he and Montana. Gannon, who really didn't get a chance to play a lot with the Chiefs. Played a little bit in Minnesota, played a little bit in Kansas City, but goes to Oakland and John Gruden makes him MVP of the league somehow. So I don't know how that all shook out, but the statement is this, and maybe this is a no-brainer, but I just wanted to use this as a platform to show the guys that have crossed swords, if you will. Marcus Allen is the king of being both a Chief and a Raider. Fact or cap?
King.
I have to say,
good call, Ken St. Clair, John Matuzak, good one.
I have to say fact, because he put up numbers in both places. So I have to say fact. You know what I mean? So I have to say fact on that one. I have to go Marcus out.
Yep, I'm with you.
All right, I'm gonna make this a twofold response. I'm gonna go fact, Marcus Allen, but I will tell you, in my days covering the Chiefs, when I got to know Carl Peterson pretty well, And I said, what was one of the biggest regrets you had as the general manager or president of the Chiefs? And he goes, I didn't stand up on the table for Rich Gannon.
Yep, exactly.
And if you remember, Gannon came in, I think the first or the second year with the Raiders, and they beat Kansas City in the last game of the season and knocked them out of the playoffs. Overtime, long pass to Tim Brown, and that was it. So, but Marcus, I think what Marcus did,
he was president, so I don't know. Was there anybody telling him he couldn't keep him?
There's a lot of things been said about Carl Peterson and about his demand for roster spots and stuff like that, but he generally would defer to his head coach to make those decisions.
Yeah.
And there were three that he made a mistake on.
We knew where Marty stood on that.
Marty was, Marty didn't believe he was better than I guess Steve Bono at the time. And I think he was also there
when they got the playoffs against Denver, and Gerbach had been.
They don't want a Super Bowl that year. Yeah,
Gannon had led them to victories to get to where they were, and then he decides, hey, Gerbach is healthy, he's going to play this playoff game, and we all saw how that went.
Rich Gannon,
Carl was upset. Gannon. They would have won a Super Bowl that year. That defense was legit, for sure. 13-3. A couple times Gannon came in and did his job in the playoff game against the Colts in the freezing bowl game. Dana Hughes had the ball in his hands, or Lake Dawson, and he couldn't. Perfect pass. I'm
going Rich Gannon. You see what we did with the Raiders? He would have had the same satisfaction if somebody would get the finger out their butt. I'm gonna go Rich Gannon, man. Rich Gannon was hot, man, and we see what he did with the Raiders, man. So I'll definitely go Rich Gannon.
Yeah, and all due respect to Rich and being the MVP and so forth, to me, it's still Marcus Allen. I mean, just the guy was amazing with the Raiders.
Yeah.
But for that weird time with Al Davis where he was pretty much stuck on the bench for what seemed like 2 seasons. Wow, good one there, John Harrison, Tom Flores.
Tom Flores,
the quarterback. Not only played, you coached for the Raiders too. So, I'm sticking with my guy Marcus Allen. So that's a big fact for me. That's going to do it, folks, for Factor Cap. Thanks for playing along. As always, brought to you by our friends at Underdog Fantasy Sports, and we'll be back next week with Todd Hense's favorite game.
What, cheese soup? See, he's trying to mess with me. I ain't did nothing. But I love Factor Cap.
Coach always gets a kick out of that. So,
So with that said, let's get right into the. How about to say it?
I'll say it.
Let's get right into the game preview. The Raiders versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
There we go. Nice.
Let's go.
Well done, Hensley.
Go ahead, Luke.
All right. So, does Rashee Rice's immediate full bore return disrupt the offense's existing timing and chemistry? Wow. We're going dark right off the bat.
God,
Nick.
Full bore.
Not a full bore. It's disrupting. Come on.
I don't think he's going to disrupt anything. I think he's just going to be an extension of what they've done so far. And he's just going to take. He's going to take some reps. He's going to take some reps away from some of the guys who've been playing, all of them. And but listen, he knows this offense very well. He spent the offseason working with Patrick, and then OTAs and minicamp and training camp, and got in games. So I think he's learned some very valuable lessons from what happened, and I think he's going to be ready to go full speed. And I think the Chiefs would be wise to kind of limit him a little bit. Maybe, give him the same number of snaps they gave Worthy when he came back from injury. But there's no question that the only thing he's going to disrupt how defensive coordinators figure out how they're going to stop the 4 wide receivers with speed. And Yakoville.
Let's just call it what it is. Area code 415.
Yeah, area code 415. I don't know how they're going to stop it. I really don't. And if the Chiefs somehow get get a real running back with some speed, game over.
What?
Game over.
Well, I was leaning
introduce you to number 24. What? He's right. He's right. He's right.
I'm not sure they're ready to give him the rock yet. I think
he's
they're
right there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He should be the guy. I've been championing it. I just think they're going to bring in a veteran anyway. That's the next topic. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's next person, not next topic. But again,
I know it's my ADD.
but yeah, I think he come back. I know it's some chemistry. The chemistry I was trying to throw in there was Thornton. Hey, Thornton is going to get pushed down because I heard Dave Tobe said, "Hey, we will use Thornton more on special teams, kickoff returns, and gunner." I said, "What, Lord?"
He
Lord,
knows. He's a coach. He's got eyes.
Lord, it's you taking me, Lord. Lord, what's going on? But hey, that's what he said. So I was like, hold on.
Right, he did.
I know it's going to come back, be disrupted. Hey, but hey, that's what Rice do. I want my guy to immediately come in here and cause a full chemistry change. Like Nick said, on defense, you ain't going to know what you're going to match up. He going to come out and put the fours on him. Now, Thornton, now no arguments there. Are you going to push him all the way down to special teams? Special teams? Kickoff returns?
He has to. Yeah, well. He's going to be a gun. He'll have to be a gunner. He'll have to play. And he might get a chance to return some. I'm sure Tobe's saying, yeah, come on, let's go. More speed.
Go ahead, coach.
Man, this is bullshit. Listen, Rasheed Rice is going to come and get his reps, guys. He's a star of the team. I guess busting your ass all season, put your ass back on the special teams, man. I guess, but to answer the question, it's not going to disrupt nothing, man. I think Rice comes back full go. It's going to come back where he left off at. He's going to come out there and he's going to put belt to ass. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree. I do believe that, like, far as him disrupting anything, he's not. He's not. We all know the ball goes through Rice, so this is his offense.
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly the number one receiver. But I mean, it is a good question because now, I mean, he hasn't had a chance to play with these guys very much outside of practices. So again, there might be some growing pains, or it may just be like this is just going to be like 10 times better than it was before, right? It's because Xavier's going to be getting a hell of a lot less attention from the defense at first, or it goes the other way, and now Rice is good. So it's nothing but good stuff happening here. As far as full bore, I think, Coach Reed says it all the time. I mean, I don't think he's got a set number in mind. He's going to watch, see what he looks like on the field. If he's making plays and looks like he's not like wearing down or getting beat up on blocks, he's going to, he's not going to play every snap, but he's going to play a lot. So,
yeah, let's get to the next question.
All right, so what did the barber say? Next, can backup left tackle Jalen Moore, actually he's a starter now, but contain Max Crosby without forcing Andy Reid to abandon the deep pass game?
I mean, he took care of Aiden Hutchinson pretty well. So, I think he can handle Max Crosby. I think the Chiefs know exactly what kind of pass rusher they're facing. They'll use a tight end. They'll chip him out there, and whether that's Travis Kelce or Noah Gray, they're gonna be cognizant of where he is on the right or left. I mean, I'd say, with Jawan Taylor playing as well as he has over the last 3-4 games, I feel confident that both tackles can get it done. So, listen, Max Crosby is one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. He's one of the most relentless pass rushers in the NFL. He loves to go against the Chiefs. It's his favorite game. 2 games of the year. He gets hyped for this game more than any other because he gets to go against his off-the-field friend, Patrick Mahomes. So I think Jalen Moore, he surprised me at how well he played last week considering the situation, having a baby at, 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. and being on the field at 7 o'clock starting.
Let's give his wife all due respect. She had the baby.
You give her the respect. No, but I'm just saying, he probably was up all night. He probably didn't get much sleep. Found out when he was heading to the game that he'd be starting. So yeah, no, his wife deserves all the credit.
All you got to do is go play a football game. I'm over here passing the bowling ball, man.
You got to
Come
go
on.
against Aiden Hutchinson and the Detroit Lions. But, I think Jalen Moore will be just fine against Max Crosby.
Mm-hmm. I think he'll be just fine, man. Like I said on Wednesday, I think the kid, learning from Trent Williams, what he learned over there with the 49ers, and now coming over to Kansas City, he was poised to come in. I don't think he took that pay in knowing that, hey, I'm going to be the starter. Then the Chiefs went to go draft the first rounder. But hey, thank God to shout out to Brett Veach for going to go get this kid, because hey, the kid looked great against the Detroit Lions. Now we're going to see what he do against Max Crosby, because like I said, Max Crosby is one of those guys that's up there with in my book, Myles Garrett and Michael Parsons and those type of pass rushers. So he's one of the top 5. So I want to see what he does with him, man. And I think we're going to see very early, in this game where how the game plan plays out. It all starts with him, more and going up against Max Crosby. If Max Crosby line up there, because all these time I've been watching the all 22 film, I only seen the lines up over there on what's the name side, Taylor side, so on the right tackle side. So what you have to say?
Man, we all know I love. Hey, Lou, we get nasty in the trenches, baby. Right, Lou? We get nasty, and Jalen Moore's getting nasty, baby. Jalen Moore got his hands dirty with Hutchinson. You hear me? My man put one of the best spin left tackle moves I've seen in a long time. Probably I've never seen it before, but Jalen Moore did it. So I'm gonna say this: I think Jalen Moore is gonna handle his business against Max. Now I love Max. Max personality is gold. But I do believe that Jalen Moore is going to go out there by himself with no chip, by himself, and handle Max Crosby.
Yeah, I think to Hense's point, Max does typically line up on the defense's left, the offense's right. So I think it may be more of Jawan facing Matt. Now he will move around just like every good defensive end does, but he does tend to favor that. I think he really favors that side. He just prefers to rush from that part of the field.
95% of his snaps, that's what I've seen.
Right. So I mean, it's he may get a few, but I guess the point is just in general, how's the offensive line going to do? Because they'll be running stunts, so the guards will have to pitch in as well, and they'll be running their little picks and games and so forth. But I guess the bottom line is just the offensive line. Now they did show it against Detroit's defensive line. Now they were missing a few pieces, but still Aiden Hutchinson was out there. So you got to believe they're growing at a pace where they're kind of understanding how to play with one another. That, Patrick, maybe he's also understanding that maybe he doesn't really need to drop so far back where now they don't know where he is. And that gets all confusing too. But both guys, I think, will do a credible job. Max is if he's going to get a sack or two, hey, God bless him. That'll probably, he's just that good. But I think that overall, those two guys will do a good enough job as well as the rest of the line. So.
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of, Detroit Lions, we seen the look of Patrick Mahomes' face after the game. Now it's another man that's, standing in the mirrors calling his name. What you have to say about this, Luke?
Does Devin White's trash talk motivate the Raiders defense, or does it simply fire up Kelsey and Mahomes? Now, for those people that didn't hear it or see it, Hense, maybe you can tell us what Devin White said.
He said, yes, I've seen the 3-time Super Bowl champ, and I played against him in Tampa Bay. I'm not scared of him. He said, I ain't scared of old Patrick Mahomes. And actually, he said, hey, when I line up against Kelsey, I will win. Kelsey's not winning. He's not getting off the line. So, hey, is that going to fire up, storing up the storm against Patrick Mahomes? Is this going to cause the boogeyman? This last time we seen Patrick Mahomes, he was giving somebody the death stare, and he looked like the real boogeyman. And now you added this quote out there that you can put on the bulletin board for Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey and the whole team to see what it's going to be. Nick?
Well, I mean, everybody does this when they play the Chiefs. I mean, this is the new shtick. You sit there, you get a quote, we're still collecting receipts on Chase's comments about Patrick Mahomes, and he doesn't respect the Chiefs and blah, 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 blah. Devin White is a trash talker. That's what he is. He's a trash talker at Tampa Bay. He's been a trash talker with the Raiders. And, what else are they going to do? Their team is struggling to find an identity. Their defense is not very good. I mean, they almost lost to a team that fired their coach last weekend. So, this is what gets them to be motivated. Again, I'm not one of these guys that thinks you need to do these rah-rah speeches and this trash talking. Just go out there and play the game and beat the crap out of your opponent. That's what you do. You take that mentality that you're going to dominate this team. It's all internal to me. So for him to use his blowhole to sit there and go, "Hey, I think it's kind of stupid. I don't think it's going to help the Raiders, and I don't think the Chiefs really pay that much attention to it."
Oh, yeah, I believe Dave, you're going to pay a lot of attention to it.
I think Patrick Mahomes paying a lot of attention to it. I think when he seen the quote, he looked at his phone just like that and he said, "What? You're not scared of me?" And I feel like Patrick Mahomes is going to come out and show it. I think this is going to be the ultimate ass kicking from anybody.
Well, I'm not saying they're not going to win, but
said like when Patrick Mahomes, like this is like poking Jordan, right? Poking LeBron, poking Kobe Bryant, rest his soul, poking Shaq, Stephen Curry. Heck, it's out there poking Tracy McGrady, Iverson. These guys are greats, and Mize and Tiger Woods and all the other greats too. They always give you this death stare. Have you seen Jordan give you this stare? Have you seen LeBron James give you this stare? Have you seen all the other guys in the championship mindset of the generation talent give you that type of stare? Why go poke those type of guys and get them stirred up before the game? I'm not asking you to lace somebody's boots or kiss their butt. You still a football player at the end, but at the end of the day, you don't go poke the boogeyman. You don't go poke the man that's laying down or kicking while he down. You don't go poke the boogeyman. And that's what they did. He said, "I'm not scared of Patrick Mahomes." Who is he? Now you're giving a man something to get fired up on. Hey, and it's a noon game. Hey, he ain't probably going to get that much sleep because he got babies at the house running around, flushing toilets and everything else. You know what they do around there. Hey, slamming cabinets and everything else is going on probably in the house. And now you come out with this quote. Hey. Hell to see. Hell is gonna be hell to see. What you had to say, Coach?
Man, damn all that. From both sides, we are football players, man. I'm gonna talk my shit regardless. I don't give a damn. You Michael Jordan, T Mac, Tom Brady, Larry Bird. I don't give a good goddamn. I remember a long time ago when Ocho said, "Hey, we're gonna beat the Chiefs," and they went out there and they beat the Chiefs. I mean, like I said, it's confidence, and I love the Kingdom. But as on my defense side of the ball, if we're going against him, I'm gonna have just as much confidence as the Kansas City Chiefs are. I'm gonna talk my shit. Like, who cares? I'm gonna pump my guys up, and I see the death stare, and that's fine. But what happens is I'm gonna pump my guys up as well. So here's the thing: is do you go up there and you bow down to Patrick Mahomes, or you go up there and you compete against Patrick Mahomes? That's all I'm saying. Or are you going to compete hard and heavy? So again, I get it though, but you want to get your guys excited.
It ain't nothing worse. It ain't nothing worse than the babies flushing the toilets, man.
That's great, Kenny. Kenny, you're on point today.
You be at home, you like, who put all this toilet paper in the toilet? And the baby come out of there running.
These miniature aliens reaching up and just trying to pull that lever.
Go ahead, Luke.
Well, I think for us, it's great when people talk. I mean, it gives us other things to chew on. It creates a lot of content out there. Wouldn't it suck if players never talked or never came out and said things like this? I mean, yeah, I don't know how much it's going to motivate their defense, but maybe it's helping motivate himself. Now, as far as Devin White's concerned, yeah, I mean, he had a very good game in that Super Bowl, and he played really well all through that run. Now, the other thing is Father Time kind of catches up, and it caught up with him very quickly, where he's now bounced. This is about his third or fourth team since then.
Right.
And I don't know if he's exactly playing to the level that he was back then. So careful what you wish for, Devin White. Kelsey still looks like he's got that wiggle, and just watch out is all I'm saying.
All right, next question.
Let's go. Roll it. Will Spags' exotic pressures leave the Chiefs secondary exposed to rookie speedster Dante Thornton Jr.? For the uninitiated, this is yet another one of the Tennessee receivers that they're really fast.
Yeah, they're really fast. We'll see what happens beyond that. I mean, listen, I think Spags has done a terrific job, last week when he did against the Lions in the game plan. Now, he doesn't face the same amount of talent, but when you got a speedster like Dante, you gotta be aware of that, and you gotta attack, and you gotta do the things to offset that speed. So I think with Spags, it's probably gonna be looks he's never seen before, and clearly. But a lot of players can say that, even veterans, because this guy changes his looks up all the time. So, I like this matchup for Kansas City.
Yeah, I like the matchup too. And I just don't want I don't want Dante Thornton to come out here and look like Calvin Johnson or DK Metcalf for Pete
Not
Carroll.
with that quarterback.
No concern over that.
There's no concern, but we was worried about Thomas Jr. But sometimes these guys, these bigger wide receivers, 6'5", he's a bigger wide receiver, which kind of have trouble with. Now, a bigger wide receiver with speed. So, and in the preseason, in a part of the first half of the season, he was out there looking like Calvin Johnson. If you go back and look,
right.
But if I don't think that the secondary was exposed there, because I think how the Chiefs will have a plan for that speed and Dante Thornton. But hey, don't be surprised. You don't take your eyes off the guy that's 6'5" and has speed and also have hands, not just for because it's from Tennessee. What you have to say, Coach?
Well, I'm gonna be real. I think I do agree. Spags will go ahead and dial up some exotic blitzes and frustrate them. And I do believe Dante Thornton is not gonna have a chance because it's gonna be too much. It's gonna be too much pressure in Geno Smith's ass. You know what I'm saying? So again, I think Thornton is not gonna have a good game for real because of the pressure, because of the exotic blitzes that Spags is gonna bring to the table. So I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that one.
Yeah, I mean their passing game in general has been very little to be desired from it. I mean, part of it is that Brock Bowers has been injured for most of the season. Jacoby Myers has kind of been up and down. Actually, the one that I would be more fearful of is Trey Tucker, where it seems like the deep balls that they get and actually scoring plays are coming from him. Now, not a lot because I think Geno's thrown maybe like 7 touchdowns, but he's thrown 10 interceptions. So they've been their passing game is a little shaky, to say the best, the most I should say.
It is,
and at least the Chiefs defensive backs, if they're able to catch some ball, this is the game to do it, right? Get some interceptions. So as far as Spags is concerned, I mean, if they're not getting pressure with the down 4, which they haven't yet. Hopefully at some point that happens, but he'll dial up a few pressures, but typically he'll do that against, like a Joe Burrow, a Lamar Jackson, somebody like that, where they really got to get him off the spot because he's going to beat you otherwise if you give him too much time. In this game, again, I don't know how many of those he'll dial up, but when he does, hopefully somebody gets there. Somebody gets on the quarterback. Quarterback must go down.
Let's go down.
Next question.
Hard and early. So, can rookie running back Ashton Jeanty, Coach Ashton Jeanty, tackle breaking ability, establish a Raiders run game and control the clock?
Yeah, Chip Kelly mentioned that they intend to make him get him more reps against this game on Sunday. He really hasn't utilized him as much as I think he could. Or has to this date. I think Chip Kelly's under a little fire as well. So listen, we all think the same about this kid. We all loved him coming out of college. I kind of thought it would take some time to establish himself, as a legitimate NFL running back. And this could be a breakout game for him. I mean, the Chiefs at times have struggled with the run, but most of the times they've been able to bottle up some of the better running backs in the NFL, and they held the Lions to less than 100 yards on Sunday night. So I think this is the guy that they have to focus a lot of their energy and attention on this week. And if Chip Kelly is adamant about getting him more involved in the running and the passing game, then a guy like Leo Chanel is just going to have a great game. If he's running well, they can take time off the clock. Doesn't mean they're going to score points, but at least they can keep the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands.
Yeah, I think his breaking tackles ability. He's in college. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that when he was in college come back to those days, because it's always that player that actually break out against the Chiefs and come back to to the days that they was in college, just the way we've seen with what's his name, Trevor Lawrence. And we don't want those type of college days players coming back. So I feel like that Nick Bolton got to be the guy, Leo Chanel, Drew Tranquil got to be the guys that's up there on front, because this guy do have ankle breaking ability. He has speed that one cut. He can get out there and get down the field. So, and also if they can get in that type of mode and control the game and start draining the clock, I think that's going to be their type of game plan, because they don't have no other game plan to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. But yeah, if they don't stop that, and if they shut down Genty, then they can shut down the Raiders offense completely. Coach.
Honestly, the Raiders offensive line is not good at all, right? We've seen sparks from Genty this season. We've seen some good sparks from him because he went back to his regular stance from Boise State. I think the Kansas City been doing a great job against the run lately. So I don't believe that he's really going to have a great game against this Kansas City Chiefs run defense. Early, I feel like the Chiefs are going to do work against him. They're going to really control him and force Geno to throw the ball. So I don't see that happen. That tackle breaking ability is going to come to the second level. You know what I'm saying? If you get to that secondary, then we talking. But other than that, he's not getting past Bowden and them guys. So I doubt it.
One thing you can say about the Chiefs, I mean, whether you feel good about the run defense, you don't feel good about the run defense, whatever, they're a very good tackling team.
Right.
Now, again, in relation to other teams tackling in this day and age, I don't know that tackling itself is really good just because of the limited amount of time they practice it. But for what in this day and age, their tackling actually is much better than most teams. As far as Genty's concerned, I think that's priority one. As far as the Chiefs from the defensive side, and I'm sure from the Raiders side, it's priority one for him to get going. Coach, you mentioned it, the stance. Maybe it was just kind of a comfort thing for him.
Right.
You wouldn't think that would be a big deal, but it seemed like once he went back to that kind of straight up stance, that for some reason, however, he was more comfortable and he broke off some longer runs, made some plays against the Niners, some other teams. So, like the way, I really like the kid. I don't know if he's going to get many opportunities because, again, if they get behind, then all of a sudden, I don't want to say they abandon the running game, but they're certainly not going to be able to just turn around, hand off the ball 3 or 4 times in a row and just try to sustain drives if they're falling behind. So priority one, stop them early in the game, and then you just take advantage of Geno making some plays that throwing it to the other team. So
there you go.
Next question.
All right. So will the rare noon kickoff at Arrowhead cause the Chiefs to start slow and struggle with focus?
Patrick Mahomes talked about this, and he's mentioned that, the early games, because they don't play a lot of them, they generally do start out slow. Last year, case in point, 3 or 4 of those games at noon, they had a hard time getting the ball rolling until the second half. But I think, it's Raiders week. I think they're getting a big boost by what they did to the Lions. They got Rashee Rice coming back. So I don't think in this case, just reading, with everything that's kind of stacked one on top of the other, what this means is division game. The Raiders aren't as good. I don't think they're as good as they've been in some of the past years when the Chiefs, have struggled to beat them. So I think the noon kickoff is going to come as a blessing to this team. They're going to get a break. They can get their work done day early, but I don't think they're going to come out flat this go around. Now, I'm not saying that other noon games down the road, and I don't think there's that many at this point. I think that absolutely they're going to come out a little bit more focused for this game, and I think just because of those things that I said.
I'm just happy they're playing a new game. I'm tired of waiting until
3:25. Waiting all day for Sunday night, baby.
Wait for the big game. Wait for the Sunday night, Thursday night, Monday night. I'm happy to see a noon game where I can have the rest of my Sunday. I don't have to worry about football.
I'm sure that's why they're doing it, Hensley.
But other than that, man, I think like Nick said, Patrick said at the press conference yesterday, that they did start it off slow. He's gonna have the guys, key in on more of the, it's just like taking an exam. He said, you gotta get all your stuff done and get ready for that test. Going to sleep a little early, going home a little early. Don't stand up all late, because as your body get used to like work. If somebody ever worked graveyard shift and their body get used to working graveyard shift, then at noon something got to be up at noon. Then there you go. Now you tired. You ain't really focused in and locked in. It's something you got to really get used to. So I feel like they will be focused and ready to go. Like Nick said, they got Rasheed Rice coming back. They're Arrowhead. Like I said, the 3-game homestand, and this is one of them. And they got to take care of business in division that they already won down in. So go ahead.
Do they still do that? They go to a hotel Saturday night. The
entire
Chiefs team.
Yeah.
Do they still do that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that helps a little bit, so it's not like you're at home.
Listen, I don't give a good damn when these guys play football. Y'all NFL players, get your ass up, pay attention, and stay focused.
Yeah, they're still human beings, and it does happen.
We're not going to human. I get it. That's a good statement to say. Excuse. But here, this is my thing, guys. It's just an excuse. Because we can't play good because of 12 o'clock because we used to play.
I don't think there's anywhere in that question
that
making an excuse
give
for
a
it.
good damn what time it is. Go
You're
get
just
your ass
saying
up
words,
and play
making
football.
things up. Come
because
on,
if the Raiders go out there and kick the Chiefs ass the first half, what's gonna be an excuse? Oh, they're not used to playing 12 o'clock games. They're not used to this shit. Damn all that, bro. The Raiders, this is a division game. The Raiders know Kansas City, like the Chiefs know the Raiders. Ain't no goddamn excuses. Go out there and put belt to ass. I don't want to hear no excuses. Go out there.
That's all you gotta do.
Ass. That's it.
Is it Tom Brady in the stands? Is Tom Brady cheating for the Raiders?
He's working somewhere else. We Romo and Nance on this one.
This is a Tony Romo Jim Nance game.
So for the Raiders, this is like a 10 a.m. start for them, right? I mean, based on body clock or whatever, if they're playing Pacific time zone, it's 10 a.m. right? So, again, I don't know. Is it something that can happen? Absolutely, because it's not. I mean, before it was always, oh, geez, your team plays on Thursday at this time. Their schedule is so sporadic and geared towards primetime standalone games that it's almost shifted, where most teams you feel like, well, those games are a distraction. Well, for the Chiefs now, their early game is like a kind of a novelty or whatever, so they don't do it very often. Everybody's body reacts differently. Who knows? It certainly could be, like Patrick says, now you're getting to the stadium and I'm assuming like 9 a.m, right? Usually there like 3 hours before. And, you go through your routine and everything like that. But if, again, you're used to playing at, for you guys, I guess 3:25 or 7:15, for the night games, it could be a thing. Now, will it stick with them throughout the entire game? Probably not. Is this team that they're facing good enough to really take advantage of that? Roll up a big enough lead that they can't come back? Probably not. So it remains to be seen. It could be. Do we know for a fact? No, but it wouldn't shock me.
Let me ask you this question, Lou. So the Chiefs lose this game, is this going to be the excuse?
No,
I think there'll be other excuses.
I think that, for them to lose a game like this, there will be other things. And again, it may be a lack of focus, but it may not be specifically because the game started at noon, right?
Right.
So
That's what I'm
watch
saying.
it, see what happens, and then you can kind of see where things went wrong. But
Okay.
no, it would never be an excuse. But I think it's a good point because they rarely play at this time. It's like teams that rarely play at night. You wonder about what are they doing all day? Can they stay focused all day and be ready to rock and roll at 7 or 8 o'clock at night?
Right.
Teams that aren't typically on national TV, but the Chiefs, they're more used to that like weird schedule than they are the normal thing.
Yeah, it's like somebody working great. Like I said, like somebody working graveyard shift.
Yeah.
So what
you're
this
working
said,
third shift, and all of a sudden they switch you to first, and it's like, whoa.
Trust me, I've been working graveyard shift for 10. I've been working graveyard shift for 10 years. I know how it is.
I can see the bags under your eyes, Coach. I know.
Yeah. Been working for 10 years, boy. So I know how it is, but ain't no excuses. Got to go out there and get it done. That's what you get paid the big bucks for.
Got to
That's
show
what you get paid the big bucks for.
let's get to the last question. Then we get to our score prediction.
All right. What is the one non-negotiable key? Now you're going to give us some choices. Be it discipline, a specific player's performance, or scheme that ensures Chiefs victory.
I think we should each take one of these. So I'm going to go discipline.
Okay.
So I think for me, the Chiefs have to be very disciplined. They can't go off script. No rogue actors. Focus on the game plan. Follow the lead of your quarterback. Follow the lead of Chris Jones on defense, and just be where you're supposed to be. Fill the gaps, and then go make the play. So I think
block,
for me,
tackle, don't make any stupid penalties.
If this Chiefs team remains
same thing every week,
disciplined, sound, they don't make mistakes. They don't get a lot of penalties. They're going to be really tough to beat. So I'm going to go with be it discipline.
I'm gonna go Pacific player. I'm gonna go at Noel Williams, man. Get him out there more and more and more and more. If I don't, if
a lot
I
of reps,
more reps, I want him more reps than I want him and Trent McDuffie have equal reps at this point in time. If the way the grades he putting out there, and then the pictures I've seen him standing over Saquon Brown, he's just a bully out there in the secondary. You know what I mean? Put him out there on their best target and let him go to work. Hey, that's why you drafted him for, right? To go to work and let the man go to work and give him all the snaps that he needs to be the shining star that he is going to become in this Chiefs uniform. Say, all right, I'm going to Pacific player Noel Williams to go in to get more snaps.
I get that's a good point, but Noel Williams this receiving core for the Raiders is stank doodle, so it don't matter what damn DB goes on and play well.
They're all professionals, Coach.
They're
all getting paid.
They stank doodle. That's what they are. But I'm gonna say scheme. Attack their secondary. Attack them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no lockdown corners on that side. They don't put fear on that side of the ball. You attack their secondary. Keep stretch the field. Well, Thor's not playing now because Rice coming back. But hell, speed. Attack the secondary. Just keep attacking them. So I'm gonna go with scheme, man.
I guess it's discipline because what I'm saying is that they play their game, right? I don't know how what you do leading up to the game to do that. Obviously, it's practice, the walkthroughs, everything like that. But I just think, just like any other game they play, it's all about playing their game, not playing down to the level of the opponent. Now at 3-3. I think that is more in the forefront of your brain than if they were 6-0, feeling like, hey, nobody can beat us. We can just show up and Patrick will make it happen. So I've seen maybe that's changed a little bit because they lost a few games. So is there some breaking news on everybody's phones that I didn't hear?
No. I got to pick up my son here in a few minutes.
The bottom line is, so the scheme part of it for me would be defensively. And this was interesting last game where they were using a lot more 4-3, leaving the 3 linebackers on the field because of Detroit's run game. And I think you're going to see a lot of that this week too, because it all starts with the Raiders as far, it's going to be, even though he's a rookie, making Genty's life miserable and just forcing Geno to have to throw the ball when he doesn't want to throw the ball.
That's
So a little bit discipline, a little bit scheme, but the
above,
more snap. And then as far as the player performance, I'll hit that one too. More snaps for 54, the better it is. I don't go off on too many of these. This is the one, 54. He gets more snaps, whether it's at backer, whether it's at edge rusher, whether it's a D tackle, wherever you need him. 54 should be on the field a lot.
I agree.
And here are our score predictions.
Oh, we got him. Look at that.
So Nick has him 38-7. Lou 38-13. Dre smells barbecue. He did not submit.
Smells barbecue.
Smells because he did not
so it should
submit
be
a
BBQ.
score.
Smell because he didn't.
All right, we'll let Kenny take his place.
What the fuck is this shit? No, honestly, my prediction, I'm going for the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs winning this game. So y'all good. I got the Chiefs winning this game.
And Mango got him 37.
A lot of big numbers up there, man. Everybody's over 30 points.
45-6. I got him putting 2 field goals up, and that's about it. And I got the Chiefs winning there as well. So with that said, guys, we want to thank you guys for joining. We want to thank you guys for sticking around with us and sticking around playing Factor Cap. We will be back Sunday with the countdown show. Me, Mango, and Drake, and also we probably have a post game show as well. Depends on what we do.
Before we get out of here, just I'm gonna step in, give a 20. Last call. Outside of the Chiefs, because that would just make it just too on brand. Who is the best team in football right now?
Outside the Chiefs?
Outside of the Chiefs, who is the best team in football right now?
Tampa Bay Bucks are the best team in football right now.
Tampa? Okay. Coach?
Yeah, good question. Good, because right now everybody's playing. It's balanced now, so it's like
just pick one.
Wow.
Hold on, Nick. Hold on. Pop your brakes. Hold on now. I'm saying NFL's even right now because, to be honest with you, I love Baker, but Sam Darnold playing good. Seattle looking good. So Seattle looking good now. I'm just saying.
If they could just play all their games on the road, they cannot win at home. That's the strangest thing to me.
Sam Darnold is looking for.
Who you picking, Jack?
I said the Seahawks.
Seahawks. I had to go with the outside the Chiefs. It had to be the Eagles. Even though the Eagles, I'm sticking with the Eagles. They the champions. They the reigning champs. It doesn't matter. Everybody else is going to be better. They still have the trophy. The trophy of lies in Philadelphia. So I just say they have to be the best team in football right now. When they get their weapons going, to get their offense going, they can be a scary team.
Yeah, they both. It seems like both conferences seem to be wide open. To me, I mean, as far as like consistency, when Puka is healthy, the Rams to me are right there with the Chiefs. Now the Chiefs are 3-3, so that's why I didn't want to put them in because immediately then it would just become we're the best and whatever. I believe the Chiefs are moving in that direction, but right now I would say the Rams at this point. But
you got the Rams.
A lot of good teams.
Why'd you pick the Eagles though, bro? Why'd you pick the Eagles?
There are 2 teams with 5 wins. It's Tampa and India. A ton of teams with 4. New England, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville.
New England
the
looking
Chargers,
good though.
The Broncos, the Eagles, the Rams, the Seahawks, the Niners, the Lions.
All right, guys. I got to run. I got to pick up my boy.
4. A lot of teams with 4. So that was last call, folks. We'll have a graphic for this at some point. And cheers to you all. Here's a fake drink. Pure vodka here. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. So cheers. Have a great weekend. Go Chiefs.
Jack Daniels.
There it is.